Good afternoon, everyone. Yalancy Peterson. Today it is Wednesday, March 20th, 2019. It is now 5:30 in the afternoon. Gio just posted a video to his channel discussing subcompact vehicles being banned on Lyft. Effective February 25th, 2019, you are no longer able to bring a subcompact vehicle onto the Lyft platform. Now, if you currently drive a subcompact vehicle and it was approved to be on the platform, you can still use that vehicle. However, you cannot replace your subcompact with another subcompact. The list is from Lyft. I went to their website. The link for the list is listed in the description of this video. But when I looked at the list of vehicles, I saw so many errors, blatant errors. It's very clear that the people at Lyft don't care about giving out accurate information. You might think it's a detail thing or so, but details matter, because details impact people in big ways. And so one thing they want to do is they want to say, hey, we want our riders, people who use the service, to receive a comfortable ride for no money. And so that means, no, you shouldn't have to be in a Honda Fit for 64 cents a mile. You should be in a Honda Accord or a Honda Civic, but not a Fit. And I'm thinking, it's fascinating. Anyway, I was clearly upset when I saw the list. It was like, wow, this is really amazing that they would say something to that degree, but they did. So this is what I discovered, and I listed every vehicle on their list, and there was an error of some sort for almost every brand listed on here. Like, for example, the Bmw I3. The i3 is a two-door subcompact battery electric vehicle with captive doors. So it has 4 doors, but the 2 inside doors are captive. You have to open the door to get to the Bmw i3. Both platforms, Uber and Lyft, they require that all vehicles have 4 independently opening doors. The Bmw i3 shouldn't even be on this list, but it is. Chevrolet. I didn't list anything from Chevy because from what I saw, everything was accurate except for one thing. The hybrid vehicles they have listed, those are inaccurate. Like, for example, the Sonic EV hybrid. No, either it's an EV or it's a hybrid. You can't have both. You can have a plug-in hybrid electric vehicle, but they will specifically say it's a plug-in hybrid electric vehicle. And the Sonic is only available as a conventional engine or an electric. But hey, they call it a hybrid. Daewoo, the Lanos. The Lanos was last manufactured in 2002. If you go to autotrader.com and you do a basic search on autotrader.com, you will discover there are only 5 Daewoo Lanos available for sale in the entire country. And these vehicles are so cheap, you wouldn't want to use them on rideshare anyway. Even though a good friend of mine used one and he loved his Lanos, the fact is, most people, unless you're that desperate to get on rideshare, you're not going to get a Daewoo, okay? The Fiat, here, this is the one that really set me off. They list the Fiat 500, the 500L, and hybrid models. First of all, the 500 is not available as a hybrid. No 500 is a hybrid. Secondly, the 500 itself is a 2-door vehicle. 2-door vehicles are not allowed on rideshare. And third, the 500L shares the platform with this vehicle, the Jeep Renegade. But here's the interesting thing about the Jeep Renegade. No Jeeps are listed on this list of banned vehicles. It makes no sense. Why is it that I can drive a Jeep Renegade, but I can't get a Fiat 500L? Besides, the 500L is kind of ugly looking anyway. So, you know, hey. But I get compliments on my Jeep all the time. So, hey, but that's for another conversation. The Ford Fiesta is not available as a hybrid, but yet for some reason they insist on making, in fact, it looks like every little car that they could find, they just went ahead and threw in a hybrid anyway, because the person is assuming that all small cars are hybrids. They're not. The Fit hybrid, there is no such thing as a Fit hybrid. The Honda Insight hybrid, why are you calling it an Insight hybrid? It's just the Insight. All Insights are hybrids. In the current generation Insight, that car interior space, it's larger than a Civic but smaller than the Accord. But yet for some reason they don't want the current generation Insight allowed on the platform. It makes no sense. Kia. Everything about Kia looked accurate because they just listed the Rio models, but I think the reason why they wanted to ban the Rio wasn't because it's small, but because they feel it's an inferior vehicle. I don't know about the Rio, but I'm thinking that's why they put it on the list. The Mazda 2. There is no such thing as a Mazda 2 hybrid. Now, the Mazda 2 is a small vehicle. It really is small, but there is no hybrid version. In fact, the only Mazda that I could find on Auto Trader was the Mazda Tribute, which basically is a Ford Escape hybrid. Mini. They listed every model of Mini. The Mini Cooper, the Countryman, the Clubman. But here's the funny thing. The only Mini hybrids, and I had to look this up because I was in error about Mini. The Countryman, they just came out with a hybrid version beginning in 2018. The Countryman is the largest Mini available. It's either the Countryman or the Clubman, one of those two. But see, here's the thing about the Mini, which is fascinating. Those Minis are actually relatively expensive. I saw a Countryman hybrid, a brand new one, at Mini in San Diego, and they want $46,000 for that vehicle. I'm like, there is no way I would spend that much money for a Mini. I mean, I like the Minis and they're cool, and I love the attention to detail they put in them, and they're totally fun to drive and tons of room inside for the driver and front passenger. But $46,000? No, I'm not. I'll get something else for that kind of money. The Mitsubishi Mirage. There is no Mitsubishi Mirage hybrid. Not at all, and definitely not as a G4. Doesn't make any sense. The Pontiac G3. That was a shameful vehicle. That General Motors, why in the world you put that vehicle out? That is a small vehicle. That vehicle does deserve on the list. That car is a torture chamber. But I mean, come on, you know. The Scion IQ, that is a two-door vehicle with something that looks like a rear seat. They actually put two seats with seat belts in the back of the Scion IQ. Could you believe it? But it's a two-door vehicle. Why are you listing the Scion IQ on this list? The car doesn't qualify for the platform anyway. The Smart Fortwo, that's even worse. I mean, have you seen those things? The Scion, the Smart Fortwo is smaller than from where I'm sitting right now in my vehicle up to the front bumper. It's smaller than that. They won't even try to put a rear seat in that thing. It's so small. The engine is mounted in the rear, but it shouldn't even be on the list because it doesn't qualify. It's a two-door vehicle. The Suzuki Swift. The Suzuki Swift is so old, and those cars literally fell apart. Why is the Swift even on the list? But for some reason, they decided to put the Swift on the list. I don't even think they made the Swift past model year 2001. And then finally, the Toyota Yaris hybrid. I didn't even have to look that one up. Toyota does not make a Yaris hybrid. One other thing, all of the Priuses. The Prius, by its definition, is a hybrid vehicle. They managed to eliminate every Prius except for a standard Prius and the Prius V. But the Prius C, those have all been eliminated off of the list. The list is really awful, and it's really unfortunate. If you have any vehicle on that list and you're trying to get it on the platform, as of February 25th, 2019, Lyft won't allow it. They just won't allow it. All right, everyone. This video was a little longer than I wanted it to be, but I hope it gives you some good information. Click on the link, check it out. I'd love to hear your comments on it. I do apologize for being, 10 minutes and whatever seconds long, because I'm trying to work on 5-minute videos or less. That's what I'm trying to work on. All right, everyone, have a good one. Take care. I will catch you on the next video.